It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news on Thursday morning, the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce held its annual Eggs and Issues breakfast at Coastal Pines Technical College. Tremendous crowd on hand for the event. On hand as guest speakers, State Senator Blake Tillery, State Representative Buddy Deloach, and State Representative Stephen Meeks, all on hand giving their thoughts and preview of what they believe will take place in Atlanta during the legislative session. WIFO on hand had a chance to talk with all three guests, and today we hear from State Representative Stephen Meeks.
Here, State Representative Stephen Meeks at this Eggs and Issues breakfast. Of course, everybody wants to know what's going to take place once you get to Atlanta. So what are some of the key issues that we'll see?
Well, Bob, thanks for being here this morning. Thanks for the opportunity for us to come out and visit with the local community at the Eggs and Issues breakfast. One of the things that we absolutely love doing and coming out and seeing this community in this way. Jesup and Wayne County, Bob, is one of the few communities who do an Eggs and Issues that give us this opportunity. So we take it every year and come and sit down and have a conversation. So thanks to Coastal Plains and the sponsors for doing that. It's a new biennial. We'll start the first year of a two-year biennium this year. New members coming in, so we'll have lots of new ideas from those guys as they get sworn in on Monday and we start the legislative session. But we got a lot of issues that we got to work through, from education to health care to others that really we need to take a look at and see where we go from here when it comes to what we're doing. We have a state surplus, as we all know. The important thing is how do we spend the taxpayers' money, and how do we do it in a way that is both beneficial to our communities and the taxpayers, but also do it in a fiscally responsible way.
One thing that was touched on is there's still a lot of people hurting from the hurricane, a lot of recovery still ongoing with FEMA trying to hopefully reimburse a lot of people that spend a lot of money, but you're involved in agriculture. You know how bad the agriculture community was hit as well. So just touch on that a little bit.
The agriculture community was hit pretty hard with the hurricane, and as I mentioned earlier, the agriculture community is resilient. We can withstand the hurricanes, the tropical storms, and low commodity prices, but it's hard to do that all in 1 year. The governor has redirected, and we will backfill once we get to session. $100 million split into 75 and 25, with $75 million of that going to low interest loans to farmers across our state and small growers. That is going to be done in a low interest loan way because of our state constitution. It can't be a grant or anything in that manner, but it'll be a low interest loan to be paid back, much like we did with Hurricane Michael, and that working through the Department of Agriculture. And Commissioner Tyler Harper is overseeing that. The money is tapped out already. I look forward to another package from the governor as we return to try to look for ways that Georgia can help the agriculture industry with a more than $6 billion loss from the hurricane.
Another topic discussed today is the governor's already addressed the problems with the Department of Corrections. Your thoughts on that?
We've been plagued with Department of Corrections issues for quite some time. Commissioner Oliver has really taken a hard look at what steps can we make to harden our prison system, to harden our prisons, so to say, and also provide a safe working environment for the prison guards. The package that was unveiled at the hearings earlier this week with the governor, which was somewhat historic of giving us that budget before we get to session on Monday, and really taking a look at how can we spend part of the surplus in a responsible way to raise pay for our prison guards, to get more training for our prison guards, and yet harden our prisons and making it safe for the inmates who are there as well. So a lot of great work has gone in by the governor and Commissioner Oliver, Department of Corrections, to get us a plan in place where we can address the longing issues that we've had within the Department of Corrections.
Okay, Stephen, always good to see you. I'm sure we'll check in with you during the session.
Look forward
stay safe in Atlanta.
Look forward to it. Thank you. And as we get to Atlanta and get started, there's things that we can address for the local community. My cell number remains the same at 912-207-0813, and I do look forward to continuing to work with our state agencies as we help to address the needs of our communities devastated from the hurricane.
And once again, those comments to State Representative Stephen Meeks on hand for the Eggs and Issues breakfast yesterday. Next week on local news, we'll hear from State Senator Blake Tillery, and on Monday and on Tuesday, we'll hear from State Representative Buddy DeLoge. Once again, Thursday's event was well attended. The Chamber also hosts a post-legislative luncheon sometime in April, where the guests will come back and give their thoughts on the session that takes place up in Atlanta. Chamber also hosting their State of Education. That date has been set. That's going to take place on Thursday, February 13th.
Wayne Drug Company is more than a pharmacy.
So mark that date on your calendar. And the State of Education set for Thursday, February 13th. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Sheriff Chuck Mosley of the Wayne County Sheriff's Department, Chris Hamilton of the Jesup Police Department, still asking for information, if anyone has any information about the incident that took place at the Bayview Apartments on January 3rd. Jesup Wayne County Narcotics Team, assisted by the Long County Special Response Team, Wayne County Sheriff's Office, and Jesup PD, conducted a search warrant at 4 a.m. at 1201 South 1st Street, Briarwood Apartments. Raheem Merritt and Demaria Fuller were both arrested on outstanding felony warrants, will face multiple additional charges. Charges include, but are not limited to, trafficking Schedule II fentanyl, possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute, theft by receiving stolen property, possession of drug-related objects, possession of firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of firearm during the commission of a crime. Again, Sheriff Mosley and Chief Hamilton say it's an ongoing investigation. They state anyone with information pertaining to this case or any other illegal drug or criminal activity to simply contact the Sheriff's Office at 912-427-5970 or the Jesup PD at 912-427-1300. Jesup City Commissioners met Tuesday for a work session before their regular scheduled meeting, and they discussed an improved radio communication system, as both the city of Jesup and the county of Wayne learned that their system failed during the recent hurricane. The city was presented with 4 options, and the best option they stated is option 4, which will cost the city of Jesup around $160,000, $130,000 for a new tower and digital system, and about $30,000 for additional radio equipment. Those in attendance at the work session, the mayor, council members Tim Cockfield, Bill Harvey, and Pam Schuman all agreed that the new system is needed for the city. The mayor and commissioners Harvey and Cockfield stated that they believe the county should be picking up the tab for the system, but the county looking for the city to pay for a 5th tower and the city equipment. Issue wasn't voted on, as it was simply a work session on Tuesday, but it will be put on the city's next agenda in mid-January, most likely for approval and a vote. And the city believes this is vital for the safety of their officers and emergency personnel, as currently the communication system is outdated. Tim Cockfield says, quote, "The county is doing the city wrong, and I'll have to hold my nose when I vote, but I'll vote to support it because it's for the safety of our officers," end quote. The mayor concurs, saying that it's something the city definitely needs. Mayor Ralph Hickox will join us Monday on the Butch and Bob Show to discuss the communication system. Also update us on the East Jesup Sewer Project, which at Tuesday's meeting was discussed, and they're looking to send out bids on that project in early February. They believe they now have the funding for the project. They've got $10.8 million for the project. The mayor says at one point it appeared the city would have to borrow $14 million to have the project completed, but the city came up with a new plan and a new price, then a new price around $10.8 million. Once again, the project will be put out for bids in early February. Once again, Mayor of Jesup Ralph Hickox joins us Monday on the show to discuss those topics and other items with the city of Jesup. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes of news. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp's issued a statewide state of emergency effective immediately in preparation for the approaching winter storm expected to hit back North Georgia beginning today. Kemp says hazardous conditions can develop quickly and make travel dangerous, so he's encouraging all Georgians to stay vigilant as transportation crews continue to salt the roads throughout the day and this evening. Georgia DOT, along with the Georgia Department of Public Safety, is preparing for the storm. State of emergency order prohibits price gouging, suspends hours of service limitations for commercial vehicle operators involved in response activities, and temporarily increases weight, height, and length limits for commercial vehicles transporting essential supplies until the declaration has expired. Community-wide blood drive set for Tuesday, January 21st at Wayne Memorial Hospital. The Blood Connection, a supplemental blood provider for Wayne Memorial, is holding the blood drive in the hospital parking lot on Tuesday, January 21, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. All donors will receive a $40 gift card from the Blood Connection. Bloodmobile will be located on the right side of the main parking lot near the cafeteria. To make an appointment to donate blood, log on to the bloodconnection.org website, type in Jesup or the sponsor code 7980. Appointments are encouraged, but walk-ins will be welcome that day. Once again, the date Tuesday, January 21 from 11 to 6 at Wayne Memorial Hospital. That'll do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.